Okay, on the last video, we finished up your questions. So now what we need to do is look at the scoring and let the user know if they passed the quiz or not. So we're going to turn to the control section, excuse me, the control section for that. And we're going to choose an if, then, else. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger for you so you can see it better while you're watching. Okay, real quickly, an if, then, else statement is called conditional programming. And that's not just for Scratch, that's for all programming languages. And a conditional programming statement is one where you have to make a decision, like something is true or it is false. Okay, so your clue on conditional programming is the word if. Okay, the condition is what you place in here. Okay, the statement, and then if it is true, this section right here is where you put what happens if that condition is met or is true. Else is if this condition that you had put up top is false. Okay, and it's going to be something different than what happens if it's true. So let me show you what I'm talking about. In this quiz, if you get below 60, okay, so 59 or below, then you don't pass. If you get 60 or higher, you do pass. Okay, so that's the condition. What their score is, if it is 60 or higher, they pass. If it's below 60, then they don't pass. So how we're going to set this up is with a operator. We're going to come over here. Before I get started putting the blocks together, I do want to point out that there is more than one way to program most of the time. Okay, usually there's not a black and white answer. You can get about what you're trying to do in slightly different ways and it still works. Now, sometimes there are programming blocks or scripts that work better than other ones or more efficiently, like you use fewer blocks to get the same thing done. But usually there are more than one way to complete a task in programming. So on this particular one, I'm going to show you just two quick ways so that you can see them and you choose which one you want to use. But I'm going to start off with this block here under operators. It's a blank or blank. So I'm going to grab this and drop it in. And remember I told you that if the person scores 60 or better, then they pass. So if I were going to take that sentence and put that into programming language, it's going to look like this. If the score, which I'm going to pull that from the data section, is greater than 60, or, back to operators, the score equals 60, then the condition is met or it is true and they pass the test. So that's where I'm going to tell them, say hello for 2 seconds, and I'll just adjust that and say, congrats, you passed. Okay, if this condition is not true or it's not met, it is false, then they don't pass. So I'm going to want to give them a message that explains that. And I'll say, sorry, you didn't pass this time. Okay, so that is one way to do the score. Okay, now I have had kids on this project do the scoring a little bit differently, and I want to show you that. I've had some kids that will do if, and then they'll pull an operator over, and they'll say, if the score is greater than 59, then congratulations, you passed. Otherwise, sorry you didn't pass this time. This and this are perfectly fine. Okay, they both will accomplish the same thing that will work for this quiz, especially since it is in increments of 20 points. Okay, the score only changes by 20 points, so we don't have to worry about being 1 point off. So both of these things will work. Which one you choose really doesn't matter to me. Technically, this one is more efficient because it uses fewer blocks. But either one is perfectly fine. So that's scoring and a little bit about conditional programming. I'm going to use this one just because I'm used to using it. So you want to finish up your scoring blocks and then watch the final video if you need to about wrapping up this program.